How's it? Welcome back. So I just finished taking a pre-planned 10-day break from shooting any videos, and this is the first time I ever did it specifically like this, where in the past, over the past 5 years that I've had my channel, I've certainly gone way more than 10 days without shooting a video before. Probably like the most I ever went would be, I don't know, a couple months or so. But this is the first time I ever did it on purpose, when I was still very much in the mood to shoot videos. I wasn't totally bogged down by work or other hobbies and responsibilities that were eating up my free time. I even picked like a specific start date, being October 1st today. But I just wanted to, kind of see what it would be like to hit pause when I was still very much in the mood to keep going and see how that felt, see if it recharged my batteries or anything like that. And it definitely did. However, during that downtime, I was sure to have a backlog of videos to keep posting things pretty much daily. I was still getting in there and responding back to comments and questions and things like that most days. And I was also spending, some of that extra free time still doing more channel related things. Like I've been doing a lot more reading, which I'll touch on a bit more here in a second. I was going around online and finding different topics and videos and stuff that I want to go ahead and react to and make some content on. So, I will not be struggling trying to find topics to cover here anytime in the near future. However, with that being the case, if there's anyone out there, who's been specifically waiting on me to cover a certain topic that I said I would be covering here, I got a big backlog now, so I still plan to do it. I have a list over here on my Evernote on the different things that I want to touch on, but it might take a while. However, feel free to reach out to me, give me a little nudge, and then that can help bump that up the priority list, and so I can get that content out sooner than later. However, for this video, what I thought I would do to kind of get me warmed up and back into the swing of things, I thought I would cover something a little bit off topic that's been consuming my life here the past, about 10 days, actually. So a buddy of mine was kind of, trying to get me to do this lifestyle challenge thing with him. It's called the 75 Hard. I know, weird ass name, but I was kind of ignoring his text messages for a while. I was like, man, that looks pretty tough, but he was persistent. I ended up agreeing to do it, and I've actually really been enjoying it. So what I thought I would do for this video is kind of cover how I'm doing this whole 75 hard, lifestyle change challenge thing. So first up though, one thing I'm definitely not doing is, you're supposed to go for 75 days. Obviously, you could probably tell by the name, but if you miss any single day within that 75-day stretch, so if you're on day like, 75 and you mess up on whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, you're supposed to go all the way back to day one. So I'm definitely not getting that crazy with it, but basically I'll be taking it like this. So one of the things you got to do is you got to follow some diet. So I'll be doing intermittent fasting, which is a pretty damn easy one. I mean, I've pretty much been doing some version of intermittent fasting for the majority of the last chunky years, but I'm pretty loose with it. I mean, I try to go like minimum 12 hours, which is pretty damn easy to do. But for the next 75 days, as I'm on this challenge, I'm going to be doing at least 18. You also have to read. That's where the reading thing comes into play. 10 pages of nonfiction every single day. Now, I'm not sticking myself to the whole 10-page thing. I do plan on reading every day, and I have been so far. Just because, I'm very dyslexic. I read slow, but then also the books that I am reading are books that I'll be covering on the channel here in the future. So, I'm reading extra slow, I'm highlighting things, I'm making notes and stuff like that. So my goal is just to go ahead and devote some time to reading every single day. You also have to work out twice a day for at least 45 minutes. Now, that's crazy. I don't got the kind of free time to commit to that shit. Like, doing one 90-minute session doesn't count. Gotta be separate times of the day, like one in the morning and one in the evening or something like that. So yeah, not doing that, but I will. But I am committed to working out at least once a day for a minimum of 45 minutes. Also, one of those two workouts are supposed to be like outside in the elements. So I will try to kind of get at least, some of my workouts outside as often as I can. Don't know if you could hear them fireworks going off around here. Where I live, man, we got tons of illegal fireworks. Those kind are illegal here in Hawaii, but they are literally all over the place. So I am committed to doing that, working out every day. And one of the things that was scaring me about that though is like, I'm so injury prone nowadays, especially with the last like year and a half that I started going back to kickboxing and jiu-jitsu class and stuff like that, is I'm getting injured like constantly, from like pretty young, like about 10 or so all the way up to my late 20s. I essentially worked out like every single day. It was a very big priority for me all the time. But then I just started catching so many injuries that would like force me to go ahead and take a break. And then once I was forced into like this, prolonged break period as I was injured, then I got lazy, right? So Anyway, so I was scared that trying to work out every day would kind of screw me up, especially because like right now I'm still dealing with a back injury that I got about 3 weeks ago. But what I've actually found is that it's actually helped me, right? Because I know I have to work out every single day and I can have no off or rest days. It put a good like check and balance in my head not to go too hard, because normally what I'll do is I'll get too into it, I'll start working out too hard, and then I injure myself, or I'll work it really hard and be like, okay, whatever, I can rest the next day, but then my back gets tight, I sneeze or something, blow my back out, I'm injured. So it's actually been pretty good though, because like now when I'm going, I know I have to go again the next day. I can't take no breaks. So it's actually been really good at kind of helping me to throttle it back and take it easier and not injure myself. Granted, I'm like, a week and a half, 10 days in, haven't got hurt yet. Fingers crossed, keeps going like that. Another thing you got to do, drink a gallon of water every day, which not too hard. That's pretty easy to do. Just hopefully I can be by bathrooms most of the time, so I'm not, because I'll be peeing constantly and whatever. Then you also have to take a picture every single day to get your results and whatnot. And then as a little bonus thing, I've been throwing in there so far, I imagine I probably won't be able to stick to this the entire way through, and I'll tell you why here in a second, is I'll be trying to get more hours of sleep. Where like, early August, a little bit before August, I was really good on my sleep again. That's also when I was starting to do this whole red reishi mushroom extract experiment thing, right? So for like a good like 3 weeks, I was killing it on sleep. And then, my number one sleep killer hobby of mine, video games, crept back in the picture, where Black Myth Wukong came out. And then, I got totally wrapped up in that. I went from sleeping like 8+ hours a night, maybe like 7.5+ hours a night. Anyway, a lot of sleep to like getting like 5 to 5.5. So at least the last week and a half, granted, because mostly not because of this challenge. I'd say it's mostly because I'm not currently addicted to any video game at the moment. I've been getting a good 8 hours of sleep the past week or so. So that's been really awesome. But granted, in the next 75 days, a lot of good ass video games are coming out that are gonna absolutely eat into my sleep time. Chief among them probably being like Black Ops 6 on October 25th. But anyway, up until then, hopefully I'll be getting really good sleep. And it's been really nice, man. I've actually really been liking it. Since we've started, I dropped like 8-9 pounds already. I'm getting like my skinny, puffy, salt-infused face back, which I like. The abs are still nowhere to be seen. I mean, maybe if the light's like absolutely perfect and I'm a little bit dehydrated or whatever, maybe then you could see some. But hopefully by the end of this 75 days, maybe I'll have them back. Although I've never had very good abs. But anyway, off topic. So that's about it. Shout out to my boy Jason for convincing me to hop on this thing. And yeah, until then, until the next video, keep your lifestyle legit.